Darkness falls. Shadows lengthen, creeping into every corner. Houses, once sanctuaries, transform into lurking beasts of the night. In the hushed whispers of night, we tell their stories. Haunted houses. Places where the veil between worlds thins, where echoes of past tragedies linger and haunt. Colombia, a land steeped in vibrant folklore, holds within its heart chilling tales of such places. These are not mere ghost stories, but echoes of the past. They are windows into our deepest fears, our ancestral memories, the unsettling truths we try to ignore. They remind us that some doors should never be opened, some secrets best left buried. Prepare yourself. Journey with us now, into the chilling embrace of Colombian haunted houses. But be warned, the line between reality and nightmare blurs within these walls. Once you enter, you may never truly leave. The stories will stay with you. Bogota, the historic neighborhood of La Candelaria, cobblestone streets, colonial architecture, and an air thick with unspoken stories. Here, nestled among vibrant facades, lies a house cloaked in perpetual shadow. Locals whisper of La Llorona, a woman eternally condemned to roam the earth, searching for her lost children. They say her cries echo through the house's desolate corridors, a mournful lament that chills the soul. Some dismiss it as folklore. Others, those who have felt the icy touch of the supernatural, know better. They tell of flickering candles, disembodied voices, and the chilling sensation of being watched. The house stands silent now, a tomb for forgotten tragedies. But at night, when the city sleeps, listen carefully. You might hear her weeping. Hidden deep in the lush valleys of the Colombian coffee region, where the air is thick with the scent of coffee blossoms and the songs of exotic birds fill the air, lies a place shrouded in mystery and fear. This place is Hacienda El Olvido, the Ranch of Oblivion. Once a symbol of opulence and grandeur, it now stands as a decaying relic of a bygone era, its walls whispering tales of sorrow and despair. Once a grand estate, it now stands in ruins, consumed by jungle vines and haunted by a sinister past. The once vibrant gardens are now overrun with wild vegetation, and the laughter that once echoed through its halls has been replaced by an eerie silence. Legend tells of Don Julian, the wealthy landowner who made a pact with the devil for wealth and power. In exchange for his soul, he was granted immense riches and influence, but at a terrible cost. The price? His soul and the souls of all who died on his land. The hacienda became a place of torment, where the cries of the damned could be heard in the dead of night. Years passed, prosperity turned to greed, and the hacienda became a place of unimaginable cruelty. Don Julian's insatiable hunger for power led him to commit unspeakable acts, and the land itself seemed to cry out in pain. Slaves disappeared, their screams swallowed by the jungle. The once fertile fields became barren, and the air grew thick with the stench of decay. The locals spoke in hushed tones of the horrors that took place within the hacienda's walls. Then, one stormy night, Don Julian vanished without a trace. Some say he was dragged to hell by the very demons he had bargained with, while others believe he still roams the halls of his cursed estate, searching for redemption. Now, locals avoid the hacienda. They say it is a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin, and the spirits of the damned wander freely. The road leading to the hacienda is overgrown and seldom traveled, a silent testament to the fear it instills in the hearts of those who live nearby. They say the souls trapped there roam as restless spirits, their anguish echoing through the crumbling walls. The once grand rooms are now filled with shadows, and the air is thick with the sense of something watching, waiting. Foolish travelers who dare to spend the night tell of blood-curdling screams, phantom footsteps, and the chilling laughter of a man they swear is Don Julian himself. They speak of cold hands that reach out from the darkness and whispers that seem to come from the very walls themselves. The hacienda stands as a grim reminder of the price of greed and the darkness that can consume a man's soul. High in the Andes Mountains, shrouded in mist and legend, sits a solitary house. This house, perched precariously on a rugged mountainside, is often hidden from view by the thick, swirling mists that envelop it. The locals, who have lived in the shadow of this eerie structure for generations, speak of it in hushed tones, as if afraid that even mentioning its name might summon the spirits that dwell within. Locals call it La Casa de los Susurros, the House of Whispers. This name, passed down through the years, carries with it a weight of sorrow and fear. The house, with its overgrown garden and crumbling facade, stands as a silent witness to the tragedies that unfolded within its walls. It earned its name not from the wind whistling through its eaves, but from the tormented voices said to emanate from within. These voices, according to those brave enough to venture close, are not mere figments of the imagination. They are the anguished cries of souls trapped in a never-ending cycle of torment. The story goes that a family once lived there, a painter, his wife, and their 2 young children. This family, seemingly ordinary on the surface, harbored dark secrets that would eventually lead to their undoing. The painter, a man of great talent and even greater ambition, was said to be obsessed with capturing the essence of human suffering in his work. The painter, driven mad by his own demons, took his family's lives before ending his own. His descent into madness was gradual, marked by increasingly erratic behavior and disturbing artwork. Friends and neighbors noticed the change, but by then, it was too late. The house became a prison for the family, and the painter's final act of violence sealed their fate. Now, the house stands empty, a chilling monument to madness and despair. Its once vibrant rooms are now filled with dust and decay, the remnants of a life that ended in tragedy. The walls, stained with the passage of time, seem to hold on to the memories of the past, refusing to let go. Those who dare to approach report hearing whispers, children's laughter, and the chilling sound of an easel scraping against canvas. These sounds, echoing through the empty halls, create an atmosphere of unease that is impossible to ignore. Some say they can feel the presence of the painter, still toiling away at his masterpiece, while others believe the children's laughter is a cruel reminder of the innocence lost. Some say the painter's tormented soul is trapped, forever trying to recreate his horrific masterpiece. This belief is fueled by sightings of a ghostly figure, hunched over a canvas, painting with a fervor that can only come from a tortured mind. The figure, shrouded in darkness, is said to vanish the moment it is approached, leaving behind an unfinished painting that seems to change with each viewing. Others believe it's the echoes of his victims, crying out for peace they will never find. These echoes, filled with sorrow and pain, are a constant reminder of the tragedy that occurred. The faces of the children, glimpsed in the shadows, are said to be a manifestation of their restless spirits, forever seeking the comfort they were denied in life. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. The walls of La Casa de los Susurros whisper secrets that are better left unheard. These whispers, carrying the weight of untold stories and unfulfilled destinies, serve as a warning to those who might be tempted to uncover the house's dark past. For in the echoes of torment, one might find more than they bargained for. Why are we so drawn to these tales of haunted houses? What is it about the eerie creak of a floorboard, the whisper of a ghostly presence, or the sight of a shadowy figure that sends chills down our spines and yet compels us to explore further? Is it the thrill of fear, the adrenaline rush of the unknown, that makes our hearts race and our senses heighten? The way our imagination runs wild, painting vivid pictures of what might be lurking in the dark corners of an old, abandoned house? Or is it something deeper, a primal fascination with what lies beyond our understanding? The mysteries that have eluded us for centuries, the stories passed down through generations, each one adding a layer of intrigue and fear. Perhaps these stories serve as cautionary tales, reminders of our own mortality and the consequences of our actions. They warn us of the dangers that lie in wait, the unseen forces that can change our lives in an instant. Or maybe they offer a glimpse into a world beyond our own, where the veil between life and death is thin, and the spirits of the past walk among us. A world where the rules of reality are bent, and the impossible becomes possible. Whatever the reason, these tales continue to captivate our imaginations, sending shivers down our spines and reminding us that some mysteries are best left unsolved. They tap into our deepest fears and our most profound curiosities, creating a blend of terror and wonder that is hard to resist. As the shadows lengthen and darkness falls, we gather around, whispering these stories, keeping the legends alive, and reminding ourselves that some doors are best left closed. These tales are more than just stories. They are a part of our cultural fabric, a way to explore the unknown without ever leaving the safety of our homes. They allow us to confront our fears in a controlled environment, to experience the thrill of the unknown without the real-world consequences. And in doing so, they help us understand a little more about ourselves and the world around us. So, the The next time you hear a ghost story or find yourself drawn to a haunted house, remember that it's not just about the fear. It's about the allure of the unknown, the thrill of the mystery, and the timeless human quest to understand the world beyond our senses. Embrace the chills, the goosebumps, and the racing heartbeat. Let yourself be swept away by the stories that have fascinated and terrified us for generations. For in these tales, we find a reflection of our own fears and desires, a mirror to our own souls. And in that reflection, we discover the true allure of the unknown. These stories are not just about ghosts and haunted houses. They are about us, our fears, our hopes, and our endless curiosity. So, as you listen to these tales, let them take you on a journey into the unknown, where every shadow holds a secret and every whisper tells a story. And remember, some mysteries are best left unsolved, for it is in the not knowing that the true magic lies. As the shadows lengthen and darkness falls, we gather around, whispering these stories, keeping the legends alive, and reminding ourselves that some doors are best left closed.